Going on. But Crazy Sick, welcome to the stream. So we are right into the game, which is freaking awesome. Last game of the night, Team RoboHobo. Okay, that's way cooler. I like that a lot better. We're going to do that. Just a little bit of coordination between a couple different people. It's Team RoboHobo versus Team Riptide, and it's going to be an awesome game. So right now we've got Pleaserino. Well, it looks like, there we go, finally connecting in there. Vane being the first ban. So they know that Vane's been strong these last couple of games. Even if Vane lost, I believe it was in the second game, Garen going to be banned out as well. Diana finished off. Blue team, Team RoboHobo, wants to make sure that nobody on the other team gets these strong champions that are coming in. Vang Suicide followed! Woo! We got another follow, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that, Vang Suicide. All of the follows are awesome. Greatly appreciated. So you are live updated next time that I go live so that you can jump in and play some games with us when I do it again, which may or may not be Saturday. I haven't made a final decision on that yet. My scheduling is insanely crazy at the moment. It's very difficult to make a good schedule, so it's hard to say yes and no to certain things. But I will also throw out a little thing in here. If you join the chat, that Shoutcast guy, all you have to do is go into your chat thing, join a chat room, and type in that Shoutcast guy, all one word. You can also be live updated when I am streaming, because I usually type in here and let everyone know that I'm streaming. Right now it's only 2 of us, but join the party, fill this up with yourselves, and that way I can let all of you know that I'm going to be shoutcasting so you can get in here. You are going to, I guarantee, if you join this chat room, you will know before anyone else. You'll be the first people to know that I am going to be shoutcasting. So jump into the chat, that shoutcast guy. You can go up here to the top and say edit your chat preferences, show, or auto join on startup. That means you automatically join this chat every time that you start League of Legends. See, Crazy Sick. Crazy Sick's automatically going to be updated every time that we do this. So why? You spectate so I can shoutcast all of your awesomeness like the pros. All I wanted was for them to ban Diana. My life is complete. Congratulations, your score. You did it. You got them to ban the Diana. Riven and Rengar also banned out. Rengar, not a common ban these days, but still an excruciatingly strong champion. One of those few champions that can actually leap in and kill you before you see him show up. Literally, the only thing you see is a little exclamation mark above your head, and then the next instant you're dead. So it is not going to be able to make that. So on the other hand, Pleaserino picking up the Yasuo. We've seen Yasuo play 3 times tonight. Very strong champion, and we're going to see him once again. But is he going to go mid lane or is he going to go top lane? We'll find out. Musically, back on the Annie. We know Musically loves this Annie champion. Had to leave for just a little bit. Has 2 tests to study for tomorrow, but still going to play again. So shout out to Musically for powering through and playing in the last game. Your Drunk Granny back once again, but this time playing a little bit of a different champion, Jace, for the top lane. Definitely looking for the damage. Has those surprise cannon shots that are just going to do some really good damage. Vang Suicide, I want to see this now. Yeah, Vang Suicide is like, ooh, excited. And we've got Mr. Barcode, picking up the Fizz, which is always a fun champion because you never know when he's going to trickster Playful, or Playful Trickster, sorry, to be able to get out of something or get into a situation. His dashes are always unique as well, so very excited to see this. And Hobo Machine, the king of everything so far for Blue Team. What will he decide to pick? Probably in the middle of chatting away with people, trying to decide what are the champions that I want to pick up. So the Hive's Mind, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate that a lot. So many follows tonight. You guys are awesome. Hobo Machine, last second, picks up a Nautilus. For the top lane, jungle, or support, we don't know yet. I'm sure we'll find out, though, very soon. The Hive's Mind, new person, welcome, and No Pants Dance, welcome as well to the stream. Glad to have you guys. I want to see so far how many other people have joined. Nope, only Crazy Sick. Only Crazy Sick has joined the chat. Well, that's fine. You guys don't have to join the chat if you don't want to. It'll just be everyone else that gets updated that I'm shoutcasting before you, so it doesn't even matter. The Hive's Mind may be going for this Malphite. However, he could be mid lane, he could be jungle. A lot of champions in the meta right now can really switch up what they decide to do, what control they have on different things. So I only play stealth champions and a fish. You can click that if you want. I'm not too worried about it, but that tells you, I think, his ability on the fish champion of Fizz and how well that champion is played. But it is going to be a lock-in from No Pants on the Lucian, the most awesome champion, in my opinion, for one of the 80 carry roles. He has such great damage potential, and his team fight is just so incredibly strong. That ultimate dealing tons of damage if you can send it in the right direction. Very excited to see this. Always, he's got his dashes and the piercing light of his Q is just a shot in the dark that you just don't know what's going to happen with it. So very excited. And then a Malphite to kind of spice things up a little bit. It might be a Malphite support, which would be crazy if that was the case, or a jungle, as we do have a top lane Jace. But a lot of things can be switched up here. So many champions with the ability to kind of change things around. Captain Seahorse, first time playing. Welcome to the stream. At least first time tonight, definitely. Welcome to the stream. Possibly picking up a Jinx AD carry. Jinx right now is a tower destroyer. Taking down towers left and right, going to be able to deal massive damage to them, and combined with a Leona can be a deadly combination. You get the stun locking from the Leona, and you can have rockets from Jinx all day long taking them out, or you just simply Gatling gun them to death until they flash as soon as those stuns finish off from Leona, and then you can rocket them to death afterwards. But no, a last second switch to Miss Fortune. What a unique choice. Miss Fortune, not very often played, but still a strong champion, especially with the reworking of how her Q works. Very, very good, and great for team fights. You throw down a Leona ultimate, and that AoE area provides the perfect opportunity to Miss Fortune for all of her rain and fire, that damage going out there. Going to be really good. On top of it, you get either a Yasuo ultimate to knock several people up, or a Nautilus ultimate to knock team members up, and then Yasuo can ult as well. Last Breath, I believe, is his ultimate. Is just going to deal a ton of damage, and again, provide those opportunities for Miss Fortune's bullet time to deal serious damage. Does have a smite, though I think is going to change at the last second to heal, because most AD carries still take heal in the meta currently. Your score leader, finally picking up the Elise, which is new for this game. Cocoons all day long. Very excited to see this. A very different champion than what we've seen the rest of this evening. A lot of new champions tonight. We haven't seen Fizz, we haven't seen Leona, we haven't seen Miss Fortune, we haven't seen Elise, we haven't seen Lucian, we haven't seen Jace, or Malphite. So 4 or 8 out of the 10 champions are new tonight, and I'm so excited to see this. Little bit of different opportunities for people to play something new, and Elise going out in the jungle, we're going to see how well that champion does. I'm going to get a drink of water real fast. It's right here. Whew. Alright. I only play stealth champions. This is always going to be recorded. So you will be able to watch this as soon as the stream ends. It will be up on this channel, as well as eventually, probably tomorrow, I can get it on YouTube for you. So it'll be on YouTube as well for you to watch anytime that you want. That is what I do, and that is why this stream is awesome, is you can watch those games, see your awesome plays, and let your friends know that you're doing it, which, by the way, is a great opportunity right now to hit your Facebook friends. This is the last game of the night, so last chance for your friends to watch you play a League of Legends game shoutcasted by somebody who's pretty freaking awesome. And what do you mean have I seen Diana? I saw your last games, Diana. It was freaking awesome. So, YouTube channel, I believe, let me get that link for you real fast here. I'm going to double check on that. But as the last 2 minutes are running around, we're going to run through the champions. Pleaser Reno taking the top lane, Yasuo. Bard Code I taking the Fizz in the bottom lane. Mid lane. Hobo Machine with the jungle Nautilus. Captain Seahorse on the Miss Fortune in the AD carry role. And Crazy Sick taking the bottom lane Leona support for Team RoboHobo. And over to Team, I'm going to miss the name for a second, Riptide. We've got your Granny taking the top lane Jace, Musically with the mid lane Annie, the Hive's Mind bottom lane support Malphite, which would be really cool to see, No Pants Dance on the Lucian AD carry, and your score leader with the Elise in the jungle. So let me go ahead and see if I can actually get you to what my channel is, and that way you can grab it. I'm just going to do a direct link, though you can also find it at That Shoutcast Guy or That Shout Space Cast Guy. Anytime that you do any of That Shoutcast Guy, you're going to find my stuff. I haven't updated it in an eternity, so all of those videos of me doing different stuff are old. Don't be surprised. So why does Riptide not have Nautilus? That is a very good question, Catnator. Very good question. I want to see my Yasuo plays. You will be able to see them tomorrow. You should be able to actually see them right now if you go back through my videos. Because the stream did reset, it should come up with the ability for you to be able to see the other games, so that way you can watch them. But 54 seconds. I got to talk about these teams real fast. You guys are distracting me so much, and it's awesome. I love it. So, a lot of CC over here on blue team, Team RoboHobo. They've got a lot of CC between the Yasuo Tornado knockup. We've got the hooks as well as the knockup from Nautilus and Leona, the Queen of CC. If they get some damage early down and they get those carries of the Fizz and Misfortune fed, they're going to do well. They have a very steady, solid team composition. But over here on Riptide, they've got a little bit of a change-up with that Malphite in the bottom lane support. With that Wombo combo of him ulting in, followed by an Annie Tibbers ultimate to stun several people, as well as the Lucian ultimate is going to decimate the enemy team. So Team Riptide is going to be looking for those combination ultimates. They're going to be looking for the Wombo combos. They're going to be looking for group team fights. They want 3v3s, they want 4v4s, they want 5v5s. They're going to want to surround Dragon. They're going to want to do as much damage as they want to do it. Briar, you're back! I can't do one more. Dude, this is the 4th game that I've casted tonight. You are insane. Well, maybe I might do one more. We'll see how long this game takes. We'll see how long this game takes. But you're in the call with Leona. Hey, Trilek, welcome to the stream. Watch the game with me. You can judge Leona as much as I'm judging Leona. Let us know how Leona is doing. I'm not saying that I'm not doing one more, but I am saying it's unlikely that I'm doing one more. And we have some crazy cool skins. Forsaken Jace coming out here. You're Drunk Ganny. Red Riding Annie coming out, Mecha Malphite, Project Lucian, and then to play an old Elise, but no worries on that one. 4 great skins coming out from Red Team, and over on Blue Team, Secret Agent Misfortune, and back to Project Yasuo. Everyone loves these Project skins, and I love them too. I am dying to have Project Yi and Project Lucian and Project Leona. I basically want all the Project skins. I'm probably going to end up spending a lot of my own personal money on getting these Project skins because they are so freaking cool. So it's okay, dude, go have a rest after this, buddy. I'm going to see, should I do an ARAM? Well, it's a whole game, so you could probably do an ARAM in the meantime as I'm doing this. So, switching back to in-game now, we're going to go ahead and jump into, a bit black screen there. I'm so sorry, guys. I need to get better at this. Report Leona for no Project skin. That would, you reported. No worries on that whatsoever. We're going to go ahead and get everyone to position. That's going to be a Yasuo versus Jace in the top lane, Annie versus Fizz in the mid lane, Elise and Nautilus in the jungle, Malphite and Leona as support roles, and Misfortune and Lucian 80 carries in the bottom lane. So, why can't I see the skins? I'm sorry, Yvang, I failed completely on that one. I didn't change my skins over, or my streaming thing over. Usually, I'm pretty stinking good at that. But there was a program that I'm actually missing tonight that switches over automatically for me, and I did not do that myself. So it is because I don't have that program, that's what caused it to not work. And so it's on my shoulders from that. However, that program will make my life a lot easier. And it looks like your Drunk Granny is either having a problem connecting. There he goes, did move, so should be able to buy items and get into lane quickly. There he goes, buys items, and now it's heading towards the lane, which is good. Good. Kill them, Team RoboHobo. Show them the meaning of bullet time. That's what I'm excited for with Captain Seahorse. So lanes to keep an eye out for is this bottom lane for sure. If Malphite helps Lucian get super fed, he's going to be crushing lanes left and right. But the mid lane as well is going to be kind of keeping an eye on, because both Annie, we saw Annie 2 games ago, absolutely decimating health left and right. It didn't matter if they were tank or support, she was crushing people. And Fizz can do the exact same thing, though he isn't quite as much of a bursting champion, but still really strong. So lanes definitely to keep an eye on. I'm really excited to see where this Elise goes and how her jungle is affected by the ganking power that she has, especially early on with that cocoon. Looks like we have a basic start, no invades, nothing too fancy. Nobody has Thresh for a long-lasting hook. Nobody has any of those long-lasting CC, so we're just going to have a basic start. Briar, you need to chill on the caps. Chill on the caps, Briar. This is still amazing. Thank you, Vang Suicide. I appreciate that because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So, basic start in the bottom lane. That's going to be a Relic Shield start for Malphite, but he's already started jumping in there from Leona. She started with an E and got to get a little bit of damage onto Lucian. However, Captain Seahorse taking it back. So both AD carries down a little bit. Malphite poking away. Captain Seahorse, I think in the poke war, Misfortune will probably win in the long run, but Lucian, it depends on how Lucian uses his abilities, but he's going to run out of mana fairly quickly if he uses them a lot. So you're Drunk Granny in the top lane getting a bunch of damage. You're Drunk Granny tossed up in the air in the mid lane. Back to them. 2 versus 2, musically down in mana. Barcode going to get a little bit of damage, and it looks like in the top lane, Drunk Granny's going to be healing up slowly. No pan stance, going to get in that farm. even farm for the AD carries in the bottom lane, but we just started. Going to be dashing away, does not want Leona. She has not taken her stun yet, mostly focused on getting those defensive abilities in case Malphite decided to go aggressive. But No Pants Stance is a little bit on lower health, does have potions he hasn't used yet, so I don't know if he's saving them for some specific reason or not, but musically down to a quarter health. Fizz leaping in, he flashes in, is he going to get first blood? The ignite, the flash from Danny. Oh, the ignite is going to finish her off, and Fizz gets first blood, going over to RoboHobo, finishing that one off. So a great there, leap in, definitely playing hyper aggressive, wants to finish that off, and survived even with the ignite, and got the flash as well from Annie. So both flashes down, both ignites down in the mid lane. And it's going to be a little bit jungle poke here as Nautilus and Elise are going to find themselves. Elise sleeping in. Hobo Machine got that shield up. They're going to be taking some damage. Look at these two just going back and forth. They're pretty even, but Elise comes out just a slight ahead as she has that extra range on it. The top lane, you're going to get knocked up in the air again. This Jace having a very hard time. This Pleaserino full health is going to be playing against him. But we'll see if this Jace can actually live as Pleaserino continues to harass away. So nice dash jungle fight of the ages. They're just hanging out in the mid lane. So you think Annie's going to carry the game, Vang? We will see as see if her stuns can really come in handy. Though the last fight didn't work out too well. Captain Seahorse down a little bit. The double auto attack from Lucian going to get some damage, but that's Leona leaping in. There's the stun. No Pants Stance, very low health, has to flash and heal away, but the Hive's Mind leaping directly on Captain Seaforce, forcing them to heal as well. Miss Fortune does not have a flash either, so back and forth these two continue to battle away in the bottom lane. Lucian still has a health potion, but musically now going to get caught out by the Nautilus. They want this Annie to go down. They want her to be finished off early, and Barcode's going to get her once again. Please run in the top lane, doing damage back and forth with Drunk Granny. I don't think Drunk Granny did back, and yet he's still doing super low health. However, Elise is hanging out here in the top lane, does not get the cocoon. A beautiful, beautiful wind wall from the Lucian is going to stop the cocoon mid-flight, and that means that he's going to be able to get back to base very safely. In the meantime, this Jace, trying to get as much farm as possible, is still down 10 farm. Nautilus hanging out here looking for opportunity to jump. There's no wards down here in the bottom lane. However, they have been pushed back pretty hard underneath their tower, so we're going to throw out one of those E's just in case the Highest Mind decided to walk over there, but kind of just being a pest as that light, piercing light from... Actually, I think Piercing Light is a Janna ability. What is his? Yeah, it's Piercing Light. Okay, not Janna ability, what I'm talking about. A Lux ability. But no, it is Lucian's. I was right. I can't always get ability names right. I'm getting better at it, but sometimes it's actually Zenith Blade from Leona is that E. I'm getting better at these ability names, but every now and then I get them confused a little bit. So, beautiful wind wall from Lucian. Mom's Knife! Mom's Knife, welcome! Welcome, 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 welcome. So glad to have you. Though you have joined a little bit late, but that is okay. It's still beautiful and wonderful to have you in the game, or in the stream at least. So, I don't know where Mr. Crip is. He was my mod, my main mod. He's never here. So, Froster, you're in call with Crazy Sick. Crazy Sick is so cool. We're going to see if Crazy Sick can really carry this game as Leona. She is hanging out, hasn't backed yet, still has 10 farm from those procs of Relic Shield hanging out. Is going to go ahead and throw it on a ward, which is good because Elise is headed up there, so a great watch. Another wind wall going to be stopping her Drunk Granny. Tornado in response. Elise not able to get into position because a great ward from Crazy Sick caught sight of her. No Pants is did back, but didn't spend any gold on buying anything. I think he might have bought a health potion, and that was it. But otherwise, saving up the pickaxe start from Miss Fortune as she's in there. A little bit of knock-up back there from your Drunk Granny, trying to get Pleaser underneath the tower. But there's the ultimate. Your Drunk Granny doesn't have his ult back either, so he's on the run. Crazy Sick now looking for an engage, trying to get in. Zenith Blades and stuns the Lucian. However, High's Mind is turned on to Captain Seahorse. Elise coming back in. There's the Make It Rain from Miss Fortune. Not going to be able to slow down Elise. She just leaps right back in. Piercing Light from Lucian finishes her off, and an auto attack takes down the Miss Fortune. And it's a double kill over for Lucian. A great job there from No Pants, just getting those fighting powers down. Let Elise do all the damage to Miss Fortune as he finished off the Leona, making sure that that one doesn't escape. And the top lane, Drunk Granny going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place, and that's going to be the Pleaserino. However, he did get the Windwell up in time to escape just a little bit. Elbow Man, so low health, going to back off from that one. So two practically free kills up there, but Annie was unable to respond in time, as a great response there actually from RoboHobo as a team, because they saw the jungle Elise hit hit that bottom lane for Riptide, and Nautilus immediately said, that means I can freely gank this top lane. And they walked right underneath the tower as the minions were there and finished them off. So assist for Zarino and a kill for the Nautilus, 1-0-1, and he finally gets to back and buy a whole bunch of very pretty items, including a Sheen, so he's looking for some extra damage. Froster and Crazy are crazy. Oh, me, Froster, and Crazy, they're all in a call together. We got two awesome people hanging out here from the Skype call. I love that Crazy Sick has done that. Great stuns there onto I. The Cocoon going down. Is he going to be able to get out of this one? Throws the fish just off to the side, trying to juke back and forth, but nowhere near close enough. And Musically picks up a kill on that one. Is Annie going to start the crazy trend of getting hugely strong, or is she not? It's very hard to say. But this Elise, now very effective in her ganks. One gank in the bottom lane didn't work, but turned it around and came back and got 2 kills for the AD carry off of that. And now a gank in the mid lane. Cocoon's coming down beautifully. She's going to run into Nautilus here in a second. We'll see if they decide to fight it out. Jake, I shall show them Rengar. The power of Rengar. Rengar is actually banned to this game, so we wouldn't have been able to if it was this game. But Hobo Machine going to take a little bit of damage as Jace going to find him. Going to be slowed down. Hobo Machine may go down. That's going to be a blue buff going over to Elise as they pick up a 4th kill. Riptide really starting to put the pressure on to RoboHobo. Can they get this team down the way that they want? Crazy Sick looking for an engage. Will he find it or not? Liz level 5 as Malphite's level 6, so Malphite could ult in on these 2 level 5s if he wanted to. Double knockup. Is they going to get in on Police Arena? This Yasuo is very strong, hard to lock down. Windwall stops the Cocoon once again. Your Drunk Granny very low health, but so is your score leader trying to get away. Dodges the tornado, and that's your Drunk Granny so low health. Who's gonna come out in the win? Police Arena finishes off 1, finishes off 2, and it's a double kill for Police Arena in the top lane, finishing off 2 people. Didn't even need a flash, because his flash wasn't even up, so he couldn't have if he wanted to, but finishing off both of them. Huge plays in the bottom lane. Both members of blue team now, RoboHobo, have level 6, so they could engage if they wanted to, but it looks like they're just going to stay safe under the tower, wait to see if Nautilus comes for the help. But great plays back and forth, and that play in the top lane with that Yasuo now gains them an additional 1,000 gold that they were behind. No dragons, no towers just yet, a lot of farming, and a couple different kills as Barcode I takes a lot of damage in that bottom lane. Captain Seahorse continuing to get a little bit poked down by this Malphite. 0-0-2. It's been a happy lane in the bottom lane so far, as Lucian now 20 farm ahead. However, they might not be so happy in a moment when Nautilus comes in here looking fishing. However, he's going to get a pretty good amount of damage down, and he get out of this one. Lucian is going to get hooked in, and now there's that bullet time from Misfortune. So much damage, and they take down the Lucian, turning it all in. But Jace showing up in the bottom lane. There's the ultimate for Malphite defensively, trying to get out of that one. But the Jace coming in the mid lane, a great stun from Annie, set that fight up. We're actually going to go ahead and back really fast to check that out as we see what happened here in the mid lane. So Annie and Mr. Barcode Fizz chilling out here in the mid lane. Fizz is up 2 kills, or up a kill, and is fairly alright. However, Jace knows that he's been down pretty far this game, so he's looking to make a play, and just gets a great poke from a distance. This Fizz just not paying attention, watching the bottom lane, gets the stunned on by Annie, and immediately taken out. So great play there. That roaming from Jace really strong. Has that gate to be able to speed himself up to get to those other lanes. In the top lane, Yasuo might be able to take the tower down, but in the meantime, that still doesn't matter because Annie in the mid lane is going to take down this tower, and a mid lane tower for a top lane tower is a fine trade any day. Elise showing up here on Police Arena. Are they going to be able to take him out? He flashes. Instead of going over the wall, he flashes back in. Elise leaping over the wind wall. There's the ultimate onto your Drunk Granny, but your Drunk Granny isn't dead just yet, and Elise picks up the kill. So finally, they take down this Yasuo in the top lane. That's going to be the Jace finally getting a little bit tanky enough, and the fight happened the way they want. I'm a little bit surprised that Yasuo didn't ult or flash over the wall, because that would have helped him out a lot. A little bit of a Banshee's Veil there for Nautilus, keeping some of the spells from Annie off of him as he continues to run around the mid lane, just hanging out. A great hook there on your score lead over the tower, just shy of being able to shoot again. Is there going to be enough? However, what a great jump there from Elise. Changes the tower aggro over to Annie so she can finish off the Nautilus. Your Drunk Granny now on the run. Can he get out in time? Please, Arena's got a lot of movement speed in here. He's got the finished boots, and no boots yet for Jace. So it was a hopeless chase there, or running away at least, for the Jace. Minions here tanking up the tower as No Pants Dance finishes it off. Well, at least gets a little bit of damage on it as the Lucian continuing to poke away. Captain Seahorse and Crazy Sick headed back down here to try to defend once again. They got the right fight they wanted previous. They waited it out. They saved themselves a lot of power until Nautilus showed up. Fizz did disconnect from the game. You can pause it. I don't know if he quit or if he simply lagged out. Either way, it is a tournament draft, so those who are listening and playing can pause it and wait to see if he comes back. However, we're not going to wait for forever. Hopefully he comes back sooner than later, though. Your score leader with the double buffs in that top lane, going to get some good damage on Pleaserino. Just going to push him off of those golems. Not golems. I need to learn the names of those. I know Gromp, but those are not Gromp. So Crazy Sick in that bottom lane, still looking for just playing defensively. Has the oh goodness, what are these words called? Sightstone. There we go. Sightstone for extra vision. Getting those wards down, whether shallow or deep. Krug, thank you, Mom's Knife. I appreciate that a lot. The Krugs. And Fizz has reconnected, which is good. I hate to cast a 4v5. That was kind of throwing me off there. So I have no sympathy. No sympathy. And so Hive's Mind going in, tanking up a good bit of damage from Captain Seahorse, and that's going to be Lucian. There's the ultimate on Captain Seahorse. He's so low health, uses the heal. It's going to be a support versus AD carry, or support versus AD carry. Crazy Sick did not finish off the Lucian. However, Misfortune did finish off. There's the flash from No Pants Sick. All he needs is a piercing light, and he does, finishing off another double kill for this Lucian. 4-1 now. That makes him happy. As well as on top of that, great positioning by Red Team. Lucian could just go right to Dragon. However, Pleaserino going to find your drunk Granny. He does have a pretty good amount of mana, though, so he should be able to get off of this one. The Dragon is very low health. Can your score leader steal it away, or is Nautilus going to grab it? It looks like Red Team's going to get it. There might have been no vision. Let's actually check that out real fast here. And Fog of War for Blue Team. So Blue Team does not know the Dragon is going down, and that's why Nautilus, he sees a ward going down, but he doesn't really have any clue. He's going to walk right past it, head towards the bottom lane to double check all that, and they are able to get Dragon. Red Team now chasing in. Nautilus not paying attention to Pleaserino as he's heading back towards the base. Nautilus mostly focused on making sure that top, or that bottom turret doesn't go down. So your score leader looking for a ward there. See, oh, there's that pink ward I was looking for. Finds it with the help of the chickens. I mean, I want to call them raptors. That's what they're called. The raptors, making sure, because I haven't casted in so long, I'm trying to warm back up here. So Pleaserino taking a ton of damage musically, throwing down the Tibbers ultimate, this stun, the burn, the ignite, finishing him off. I not getting that Fizz ultimate down the way that he wanted to musically, just running around trying to dodge through different people. The flash from my eye not going down the way he wants. He's going to start to back off. Looks like he's still having some lag issues or something. A little bit of damage onto Captain Seahorse. He's set that recall, musically walking back, but now the score leader coming in. Cocoons, Jace coming in. Your drunk Granny finishing off one. The Fizz trying to get onto Annie. Can he finish her off? The ignite's down as well. Might be able to tick down and finish musically. She's just standing there waiting for the ignite to see if it finishes her off, but no, barely survives that one. Just a little bit of health left on that one, and Red Team has taken the lead. Riptide flowing in little by little, but Nautilus has not just yet. Your drunk Granny taking some good damage, continues to get knocked up left and right. Leona has some damage herself, and so much damage taking out the Jace, and now Hobo Machine wants your score leader. Even if he hooks one of the spiderlings, it will pull it a little bit closer, so he gets a little bit closer to at least, just as I was saying. But Malphite's headed right around the corner. Now there's no spiderlings to defend. Not going to be cocooned. Great dodge there from the Hive Mind. Is going to allow himself to just back off, heal a little bit off of the Scuttlebug. Is he going to go in on this? Leona's just around the corner. Hive's Mind here, but so is No Pants Dance. This is going to be really bad as Lucian Ultimate's going to soak so much damage onto Hobo Machine. Does finish off the Elise just before the end, but so does both of the members of Blue Team. RoboHobo going down, so Riptide continues to flow that damage in and finish them off one at a time. What a great Malphite recall as he drills his way through the Summoner's Rift right back to the base. Barcode in the mid lane, half health there. Oh, that Annie just does so much damage. Has the stun up as well. Has the Tibbers up in just a moment, so could just flash Tibbers and finish this Fizz off. He has struggled this game a lot, now 2-3. After having done great at the beginning, Annie is just so incredibly strong. Doesn't have the stun up anymore, but doesn't need it with the Tibbers. Just needs enough damage to finish him off. So pumped. Crimson Raptors, thank you. Mom's Knife is just on it every single time. I knew it was the Raptors, and I was trying to figure out the other name of it. But Malphite, the support, headed towards the mid lane. However, as a support, he did pick up that Rod of Ages, so he is going to be tanky and have some good damage as well. 1-1-5 has the beginnings of that. Oh, the damage from Tibbers, but the Sorry, Fizz just getting out of that one. Crazy Sick now trying to back off, is slowed as well. Annie not worried too much about doing too much damage, just focus on the Tibbers. Look at her taking some damage of the tower, too focused on Tibbers. Oh my goodness, the tower aggro is crazy. When you have that Tibbers underneath the tower and he's dealing damage, even AoE damage, to the other person's champion, the tower does aggro onto you, and Yasuo finds her, making sure that she doesn't get to recall for free, finishes her off, and now she's going to go back with him getting a little more gold in his pocket on the way. Please, Reno chasing in onto the Hive's Mind. Is he going to get a tornado down to stop the Hive's Mind? Nice try to dodge. Going to be slowing her down. No Pants Dance finds him. Wind Wall's up, but the Piercing Light's still going to go through. Can he get in time? Hugging the edge of that wind wall. He's able to get it around. A great hook on his score leader. Hobo Machine taking a ton of damage. That is an insane amount of damage. And now he's on the run. Your score leader chasing him behind. Crazy Sick just around the corner. Wants to be able to defend, but gonna have to back off from that one. Not there when the team fights break out. However, Misfortune's just around the corner. Is Crazy Sick gonna be able to stop this? There's the bullet time for Misfortune. Gonna get a lot of damage onto Lucian, but a Cocoon's gonna stop it halfway through. She finishes off the Lucian, and now flashes in. She wants to finish off the Malphite, but no! An ultimate from Malphite's gonna stop her right in her tracks. Fizz now jumping in. The Cocoon is going to hit him. Your score leader turning around, has the double Fs as well. Going to get the slow from Ignite. The Playful Trickster not going to get her too far. The score leader leaving in from this Elise. Fizz still on the run. Little poke, but he dodges the Cocoon. There's the Spiderling chasing in. She's underneath the tower. Can he get out of this one? One more tower shot, but she'll be able to finish her off. Chases a Spiderling on the way. I thought that was headed towards her, but she gets away. Spiderling's taking the aggro of the tower instead of her, and Fizz lives as well. 12-18 explosive game all the way across. RoboHobo with just a little bit behind. However, that's going to be a tornado. Not going to catch Please Reno up to the Annie. He's going to continue to dash in, clearing those minions. Has a static shiv finish, looking for a Trinity Force as well. Not going to be able to finish it just at the moment. Leander's Torment on this Elise. She's looking for the damage as well as a little bit of extra tankiness. Luden's Echo finished for the Annie. She's got so much damage. Fizz really hasn't bought too much recently. He's sitting on 480 gold, was looking to finish off his boots, and then the Infinity Edge finished for both Misfortune and Lucian, though he almost has a static shiv as well. Looks like Misfortune's going to go for that Black Cleaver. When it comes to the bottom, it looks like Leona's going to be building probably... Oh, there's the stun on Captain. The damage from Annie's so massive, but here's the Nautilus coming in from behind onto No Pants Dance. He's down. Oh, look at that health. He uses the heal. Can he get out of this one? It looks like it's going to be with the help of Annie's stun. The Nautilus is going to go down. The flash in from from Leona onto your Drunk Granny. However, going to be caught out there, pushed away from the turret, and now 5 members strong. Yasuo is pushing the top turret. There is a teleport up for Jace if he wants to teleport towards the top lane, but he's focused instead on trying to finish off the Fizz. He's going to chase in. Can he get the Lucian down? But no, there's the ultimate from Lucian, making sure that he stays away. Yasuo not pushing the top lane tower, waiting for minions to get there, instead taking those Krugs before headed back up, but that could be the sacrifice of that mid lane tower. Misfortune does have bullet time up, so she could use it to clear that farm. Is going to just make it rain with the bullet time a little bit. There's that ultimate, and stops with a Cocoon! Your score leader, another great Cocoon, and realizing that she's dead, Captain Earth just stops to deal as much damage as possible, and Jace finishes off the Yasuo underneath that tower. Crazy Sick now coming in, stunning a minion because your score leader got a great repel. Crazy Sick trying to see if he can jump in on something. Hobo Machine has a ton of damage, but cannot carry this game. 3-5-2. That Lucian, so strong. 6-2. That bottom lane double kills, as we got 4 kills just crushing that bottom lane. Now moving towards Dragon. Riptide just continues to run in little by little, doing as much damage to the enemy team, crushing them down bit by bit, and they're going to be turning on to the Dragon. Should be able to finish off no problem. Look at how many wards they have through this jungle, in the bottom lane jungle from on blue team's side. RoboHobo, they can't go anywhere in their bottom jungle without Riptide seeing them. So Trick Deer, not quite just yet, but very, very close. So beautiful repel on that one. Please, Reno, in that top lane, jumping onto you. No pants dance. I'm sorry. These two just going back and forth. Look at the damage between the two of them. Who is going to come out in the lead? There's a speed boost. Please, Reno has. He's trying to get some up. Oh, there's the Fizz ultimate down. There's the ultimate as well, and he does get taken down. Looks like Fizz is still lagging, but Yasuo picks off that kill in the mid lane. Crazy Sick, getting as much damage. The repel from Elise, keeping her safe for the moment. The Hive Mind chasing out a Hobo Machine. He's going to just grab himself off to the side a little bit. Slows down the Hive Mind, and that is Annie finishing off Leona as Annie just has so much damage. Can she get out of this one? That's not going to be quite enough. The shield not going to be able to save Nautilus this time. He's going to have to go back to the ocean to figure out what happened in that one. 13 kills to 27. RoboHobo just not having the coordination to stop the continuous assault from Riptide. Even though they have been backing and every now and then one of them dies, they continue to just have a relentless assault. More than likely will start to try to push on this Baron, as all of their members are doing extremely well. The only person that is down in farm, according to their opponent, is the Jace, who is down 40 farm on this Yasuo. Yasuo being kind of the saving grace for blue team at the moment, but usually ends up being off to the side, so he's not there for team fights and can't make use of his ultimate with the Nautilus ultimate as well. So not really super helpful. Leona doing a little bit of dance, waiting for Captain Seahorse to grab as much farm as she can. There's going to be your drunk granny coming around the corner. Please, Reno going to find him, and they are going to start this fight off. Hasn't set up the wind wall just yet. You're going to dash through. Who's going to come out into the lead? And it looks like a tornado. Please, Reno takes that one. So a beautiful play. We're actually going to slow that down to watch that again, just because that was a beautiful 1v1 in that bottom lane. So he's going to find him. They're going to do auto attack, auto attack. Your drunk granny hasn't gotten too much. Gets the speed boost. Finally gets a little bit of damage through that auto attack, switches over to melee form, hammer smashes, but Please Reno is already dashing. Your drunk granny realizes he's not going to be able to do a whole lot, heads off to the side. Please Reno puts up a wind wall just in case your drunk granny wants to turn around and shoot one last time, but flashes in for a tornado, and your drunk granny, boom, goes down. Blue buff being transferred for Please Reno for a great finish on that fight. Just another kill over to this Yasuo, and now he has blue buff on top of it. Not that he necessarily needs it, but cooldowns are nice. Annie moving in, gonna tip her straight on to Captain Seahorse, and Leona does not get the stuns down in time. So much of Leona's ability is just a little bit too late on the Annie, as now Malphite chases in onto Leona, slowing her down, and the stun from Annie too strong. She's gonna go down again. This Annie, 10 and 3, sleeping through the game. No problem. Musically, very happy that he came back to play one last game before he heads to bed. The rest of the team happy to follow in the wake of that. Lucian 6 and 3, just farming around a little bit. Finally making his way towards the mid lane. Should be an inhibitor going down for red team. They are looking super strong. Please are grabbing a little bit of damage with that static shiv. There's the wind wall up just to stop Lucian from getting too much damage. A great hook from Hobo Machine onto No Pan Stands. There's the ultimate from Misfortune. The Yasuo going to finish off the Annie, just getting way too close. Lucian all the way off to the side, not the direction that he wanted to go in, and that's going to be Yasuo picking off the Malphite as well. So 3 kills almost for free, and the inhibitor didn't go down that entire time. Nobody got the inhibitor. They were too focused on the champions around them and didn't realize that the inhibitor never actually went down. Or did it? Oh, it did go down. Okay, it was weird with the health really low like that. I got kind of confused. I apologize. The inhibitor did go down on that one. So there's going to be Jace coming in, though, wanting Please Reno. Going to leap in, get a last little bit of damage. One more auto attack is all he needs. Misfortune going to do some good damage. Dodges the Q. Leona coming in, trying to stun some people. Not able to land the Zenith Blade. And that's going to be Misfortune going down. Your drunk granny switching back and forth. The Great Cocoon onto Hobo Machine, stopping him in his tracks. Crazy Signal on the run. Doesn't have any support. Slowed down. Zenith Blade right back to drunk granny. Throws down the ultimate, but is not able to get out of that one. Actually, Zenith Blade to the minions, but wasn't able to jump to them. So finish the A round. What did I miss? So much. So much. Should have been watching. So 17 kills to 32. Riptide massively in the lead. Your drunk granny having a very tough early game, but coming back in huge. So that inhibitor is down, even though I just hadn't seen it with the health bar at that weird state. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or if that is a glitch currently in the game. Because of that, but interestingly enough, it still has that health bar hanging over. So minions pouring into blue team's base. They're going to be able to clean that up without too much problem. Pings from red team onto this Baron. Going to go ahead and start it with No Pan Dance there, as well as that attack speed boost on your score leader. Going to be pushing away on the Baron. Should be able to get it without too much difficulty unless Yasuo can steal, and he's certainly moving up fast. Your drunk granny moving into position to knock him back. Please Reno wants to get as close to Baron as possible. However, they're still taking a lot of damage. Puts up the wind wall. Can he get close enough to steal? Not going to happen. Lucian picking up the Baron and also getting one auto attack onto Yasuo to finish him off as well. Hobo Machine now backing off. On top of that, Misfortune could have been caught out there, but going to back off. So blue team, RoboHobo, realizing just a little bit too late. And in response, they did get a top lane turret thanks to Yasuo's really helpful push the last time that he went through. Banner of Command, somebody said. I think that, yeah, Elise got the Banner of Command. Did she use it at the Baron fight? I can't tell whether she used it at the Baron fight or not. Anyway, Annie in that bottom lane, happy to have the Baron buff now to help her siege away on this tower. Gonna have those super powerful siege minions that are outside of the tower range poking away. She uses the W just to continue to stack up for those stuns and now move in. They do have a pink ward, red team does. Riptide in that bottom lane, just making sure that they, or the bottom jungle for blue team, those exponentially faster recalls for that Baron buff. Jace getting him back into position. So now with Baron buff, we'll see what they do with that. They are a full 10,000 gold in the lead, ready for moving in wherever they decide to go. Annie hanging out here, full health, just waiting for somebody like Misfortune here. There's that Tibbers and the Q. Not going to be enough though. Even with the Baron, that's actually really not good. She burned the Tibbers and the Baron. Going to get a bit of damage onto Crazy Sick. However, that burns the stun from Crazy Sick. And Captain Seahorse is still alive, slows down. But, oh, the flash in from Musically. Going to take her down. And now turning it around, double kill onto the Leona. No Pants Dance, half health here, moving to the side, trying to finish off Hobo Machine with the help of the Hive Mind. Should be able to get him down without too much problem. Musically now going to be caught out. A great wind wall. Look at that wind wall. Stop all of the Lucian shots. He flashes in. Can you get a Piercing Light down? No, he's not going to be able to. Healing away. This Yasuo is awesome. The Hive's Mind now moving in slowly onto the towers. Can they get these in excess towers down? Yasuo and Fizz, the only two people alive, but it does look like Fizz has been out of the game for a while, which is really, really unfortunate. And so it has been kind of a 4v5. But Please Reno taking a lot of damage. Your Drunk Granny moving in. Please Reno is going to go down. Leona now moving in as well as Misfortune. She does not have her ultimate up. And this is going to be game given over to Riptide. However, that's an ultimate on Seahorse. They're going to grab a kill just before the end of the game. And that is the fourth game going over to Team Riptide, finishing it off. And it was not a 4v5 for the whole game, as Fizz did do a bit. However, I do believe he disconnected at some point. I did not actually even realize for the longest time, because he was only level 10, as everyone else was 15 and 13 accordingly, other than Leona. Everyone else was fairly high on top of that, which that sucks. That sucks, because Fizz not being able to be a part of all of that. So it was basically a 4v5, which is really sad, but that is rough. Where's my Teemo hat? My Teemo hat's on my head. Hello, Teemo hat's right here. So sadness fills my soul.